Hello, everybody out there. This is Sal, Father's Missionary Journal, and this is about the Love Dare. I'm not sure if you guys have been able to follow what's been going on out here in South Carolina, but it's been stormy, pretty stormy, and there's not been a lot of sunshine. So I haven't had the chance to be able to charge my phone, which means that I don't have a lot of data. I don't have a lot of data. It takes like 2 gigs for each one of these videos to upload, which is also like, yeah, I got to be careful on how I do that. But energy, yeah, I'm not really in a position to upload a ton of videos because it takes a really long time and it drains my battery down. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm working on it. We're on day 5. It's rudeness. And this is going to be a really quick one, okay? So, here we go. Love Dare book, day number 5. Rudeness. Don't be rude. You know, I might even be wrong on day number 5. We just did day number 7, so. I feel like I'm going to go and do day number 6. Because... wow, was that close? Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to do day number 6 because maybe I did day number 5. I hope I'm not that far behind. Alright, so this is a hard one. We're doing day number 6. Day number 5 is this one. If I didn't do it, take a day to think about not being rude. Okay? Don't be rude. And rudeness doesn't necessarily have to be like sarcastic remarks all the time. It can just be, it's being unbecoming or untoward or something that embarrasses people. Normally, if you think of how you were with your spouse or your whoever it is when you first met them, and then you compare it to how you are now, you might see how it's changed. And it's like saying, hey, don't be rude. Go back to the way it was before when you were hiding all that stuff and pretending to be a really super duper awesome person. That's messed up. But you know what I mean. Okay? So day number 6. Like I said, I don't have a lot of energy or power, so I'm going to make this as quick as I can. I'm sorry for rushing, guys. Love is not irritable. So this one talks about how love isn't irritable and how it is quick to forgive. This is something that I've noticed is I think I'm pretty irritable, which is not cool. It says love doesn't get angry, and here's something interesting. Are you ready? Love doesn't get hurt unless there's a legitimate reason. Because if we are irritated, that means that something is irritating us, right? Something is hurting our feelings, or something is poking us in a way that is uncomfortable, and that is a sign that we're being a little too sensitive, maybe. You know? I mean, there are reasons why. This book goes on to talk about how we should give joy, not... It says be a joy, not a jerk. Be a melon, not a lemon. Like, lemons get squeezed. I give lemonade. No one likes lemonade without sugar in it. Melon juice must be good. But it talks about being calm, mercy. Where are we at? There's something here I wanted to bring up. Here we go. Stress. Irritability and stress and excessive behavior. Also, the deficiency part. This is good. A lot of the times when we become irritable, it's because we're stressed out. Maybe it's for arguing or divisions or some sort of bitterness. We've overworked, we've overplayed, we've overspent our money. Or maybe it's on the other side, we're not getting enough energy, we're not sleeping enough, there's not enough exercise, we don't have an outlet for our anger. It could be like there was like this long time of dealing with somebody and now we're irritable. So one of the ways that this talks about solving that is Sabbath. Taking a rest, a day apart. And it goes on, it calls it the Sabbath for a little bit, and then it calls it something else. Margin. Finding margin in your life. So, this is actually awesome. We started doing this a while back. Normally, Friday nights, sorry, we start the Sabbath on a Friday night, and then we go, like Sabbath. But this says that there are other areas too, there are places where we might need to take a break, step away from things that are irritating us, because so often, and I don't know why, as humans, something that, have you ever gotten in an argument and you're like, man, I need to take a step back, and then we ran back into it? I've done that. That's weird. Like, why would I do such a thing? But I do it. So this says don't do that. And then it talks about some of these symptoms of why there's anger. And these I want to, maybe you guys felt it like me. Alright, so it says selfishness, lust, bitterness, greed, pride, fear. Fear's a big one, right? But it has a couple of, as a paragraph on lust. Now, some people are thinking, oh, lust, oh, that's porn. And it is, it can be. But I'm going to read this. Lust, for example, is the result of being ungrateful for what you have and choosing to covet, or burn with passion for something else that's forbidden. When your heart is lustful, it will become easy to get frustrated and anger. That's James 4:1-3. Bitterness starts taking root, right? And we start responding and becoming judgmental, and that's not good. Then it goes into pride, and it talks about greed when we start becoming selfish. And then what I like is it says, these kinds of motivations, the motivation to want to covet, these things are never ever satisfied. And I think about when I was younger, because I'm really not that old. I'm like 1,000. But I used to prize fight and stuff, and I was like, oh, I got more, I want more money, I want more of this, I want more of that, and it was never enough, because I got more. I got more, and it was just like pouring it into a cup with a hole in it. It's the wrong stuff. It's like when you eat some sort of cereal, like, hey, I'm going to eat this cereal, and the cereal, you could just eat the whole box of cereal because it never satisfies you. It's because that's the wrong thing, right? I'm chasing after the wrong thing to satisfy me. Maybe I need like a steak and some eggs and bacon or something like that. I don't know. That would be nice, right? Yeah, but it talks, and then it goes on to say, but when you do it in love, somehow this will calm you down, and it inspires you to quit abusing yourself and focusing on the wrong things. It loosens your grasp, and it helps you to let go of the unnecessary things and to focus on what's actually necessary. It will lead you to forgive instead of holding a grudge. And it'll help you to be content with what you have rather than rushing into debt, which causes more irritation and more stress, right? Yeah. And then it says, here's the challenge, because I'm trying to keep it short because of just everything. I'm in a tent right now doing this because it is raining. It says, choose to start reacting to tough circumstances in your marriage or your relationships. Remember, I'm trying to do this with my kids as well. And react with love instead of irritation. Begin by making a list of areas where you need to add margin in your schedule. I think that's big, We sometimes, our lives are so full, and we think that we have downtime, but because of these devices that I'm recording this on, we're not taking advantage of the downtime that we have. I have a buddy, and he does puzzles. That's awesome. I think that's actual downtime. Because if you look at the science of what happens when we're always on our phone or always on tech or something like that, we're not really getting a good rest. Maybe that's something. This challenge has helped me to notice that I'm easily irritated, which means that I definitely have a selfishness problem, right? Because I'm not really ever that much. I'm not really ever irritated with other people. I don't get irritated with the guy that I do ministry with. I don't get irritated at the person who's in line and I'm like, yeah, go ahead and cut in front of me. So that's even worse. You know, I'm irritated with the ones who I know I can get irritated with, which is, I don't know, that's not good. But I'm working on that, and I feel like it's been cool. You know, I'm really trying to keep this on the forefront of my mind, and I think I've told you already, I've noticed a big difference in the family dynamic here. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry, like I said, I don't know when the next one will be. My phone's at like 20%, and we don't have much sunshine. I'm in a tent in the most beautiful place ever, but still in a tent. This is my office. This is a lot where I do a lot of the borderlands stuff, you know what I mean? When we're trying to work with folks in Africa or we're helping out whoever it is we're working with at the time. This is, and it's on internet, this is my office. It's pretty rocking. It's a yurt. Look up yurts. It's pretty cool. Alrighty. Well, you guys have a good day. Blessings to you. Thanks for checking it out. And take care. Bye-bye.